everybody rooted for you, bro. You can try to spin it how you want. Everybody rooted for you. Still do.
It does provide a focus when you have that many people on the outskirts of it. Like if you don't have in business, if you don't have competitors creator, your competition, you don't have to notify them. That's right. Pick somebody that's good in the field that you're in and make that your competitor. Like who's in your slot? That's the competitor. Who's the person that you feel like is sharper? Then watch that person and deliver. You know what I'm saying? If not, then you're not improving. Like I looked at go with even in Joe's case particularly, right? I always said Joe's loyal to a default when I make reference to him because he was so loyal to them that he had embraced their issues. Like it would be like, and I would see, because the stuff that you're saying when no one's paying attention, I hear it. Because they say it like freely around amongst other people. Like there's the circles, like the people that were around will repeat it because you said it.
So he got dragged in when he did the song with Ja Rule, and then all of a sudden you became a problem for him.
And it was like, but it was really loyal to them based on the other record he did with Ashanti, the
What's Love?
What's Love?
Yeah. Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And it was like he was like, yo, looked out. They had a relationship, and I was there. So when they doing I'm from New York and all that, with Jada and them, I had to get them at that point because they were helping them. The problem was I liked the record.
That record was fire. Super fire.
You see what I'm saying? So when it came on, I was like, yeah, I got fucked them up. I'm going to get him. Because y'all was supposed to stay away from him. You know, I did that issue. Everybody could have.
And that speaks to the problem you were talking about.
That's what I was talking about.
Right.
Yeah, but that
you could try to spin it and make it about new artists not breaking all that. I'm fine with all that. I was talking about the marquee artists not breaking.
Yeah, but look,
or I mean, not working together, which opened the door because what happened was when all of y'all wasn't working together, the labels that had offices here was like, this shit is messy. We gonna go find artists from other places that we can go and run up on what was the show they had on 106 in Parks and the MTV TRLs at the time or whatever, because it was like, yo, this shit is messy in the streets of New York. Let's go break artists from other regions.
And then we got ringtone rap.
And then we got ringtone
rap. Yeah, because I come one at a time. But the ill part is like, look, the irony of
I'm
it.
trying to promote 50 Central, and we still talking about old shit.
I know.
Thank
50
you.
Central on BET? 50 Central on BET?
We over that. Speaking of that, like when we get into 50 Central, Joe, like he did something they shot a video for 50 Central.
Oh, that's dope.
And me, like, and it's because when we doing, I wanted to do things a little different. So like, you know how you go through the live performance at Jimmy Kimmel's joint and stuff like that. That is cool, but I wanted to do something that's a little more artistic and have it stay in your portfolio. Like, because the artist, that you can't get that back. These things are gonna be here after we die.
So explain to me what we're seeing tomorrow on 50 Cent. What's the format? Because I don't quite understand what I'm looking at.
Right, you're gonna enjoy it. It's just a variety show because I'm able to change the formats a little bit, but you can see the overall premise. A lot of times when you say 50 Central, people think because they heard the word comedy, they think Comedy Central. But when you watch it visually, you're gonna see Grand Central.
Like Grand Central Station?
New York City.
Okay,
Grand Central.
all right.
Instead of the comedy piece. And then what I did to the actual show that's cool is like there's a lot of cool sketch comedy that's done. I got an amazing cast. I got Jasmine Brown.
Like almost like in Living Color sketch, like SNL sketch?
But it's yeah, you can make that comparison because that show was so impressionable in that time period that it's flattering for you to say that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's just tough, but that's like saying, I'm Tupac. I would never say that coming behind Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say, nah, like, I'm cool. You don't want them shoes is big shoes to wear. You know what I mean? And they're always greater in their absence than they are in their presence, people in general. So.
Will you take shots at Donald Trump on this show?
It's so current that you'll probably see something from. Yeah, but I feel like they're doing it so much, like on SNL and different places.
That you don't want to
But there's so much new material.
Every day.
I mean, every day this guy comes
and it's
with new
going to be
material.
different coming from your cast, too.
Look, his presidency is an accident. If you were president by accident, you might do some of the things Donald Trump is doing. Like, it's like he wanted to be. Listen.
You know Donald Trump. You met him before.
Yeah. I think he was doing that to build his profile for a bigger deal on television and everything else. It's why Buffett's doing rock the vote with no involvement in anything. He's just catching to the campaign and going. I run New York and run a marathon. I can run a marathon now. You just start running casually in the morning until you can.
You're going to feel those old wounds, though. Those old wounds going to come back.
But you get, it's not a difficult
It's promo.
time.
It's setting up for promo.
Don't let him run a marathon.
Oh, God.
Do you have a story? Do you have any personal memories of Trump from back in the day in the club?
Now,
or
I didn't
like
even know who he is now. I didn't even know that about him like that much. Like just interacting, basic, hey, how you doing? You know, from doing things in real estate and television and stuff like that, like The Apprentice and all that.
Well, you didn't know he was a terrible guy at the time.
Yeah.
You just thought he was.
Now you can kind of see the complete viewpoint on him on things because it's kind of.
Let me ask you this.
I don't think anything has divided people as fast as this is.
Let me ask you a question because you are a professional heel. Mm-hmm. You like being the bad guy. And if you look at Donald Trump's history from even The Apprentice, you're fired. Bad guy, right? Mm-hmm. He's always been the bad guy. I saw a clip of him on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't know if this has been He wanted to be the bad. He even said in the clip, people always dislike me anyway. Like he's always owned. And I think that's part of his childhood too. Like he was the nerdy fat kid that come from a rich family. He was fat and he couldn't get any girls and shit like that. So now, he went and got mail order brides and started when he got rich, et cetera, et cetera. But he's always used to being the bad guy. You as a professional heel, do you think that this is really him? Like who we see, these are really, or he's playing to his crowd and he doesn't have to give a fuck about anything else?
I think this is him. Because it would have been, it's enough time to make the adjustments. Enough time for people they're not telling him what, don't say that.
Or at least they're trying and he's not listening.
Yeah, it's like, he's not going to do it. He's like, what? And what are you going to tell me if I do it? You're going to fire me?
Mm-hmm.
So?
You understand? Like
if they don't put Donald Trump in jail or if he doesn't lose money, he doesn't give a fuck about anything else.
And he's not going to jail.
Well, he only hates when his ego gets bruised.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like
Even
that.
if he gets impeached, he can blame someone else. And if they don't put him in jail or take money from him, like in a real way, I don't think he gives a fuck.
No, he just cares if you say you don't want to be his friend. Like if 50 came on and was like, I don't want to be Donald Trump's friend, he might respond to that and be like, no, I don't want to be your friend.
Yeah, like they asked me to go to a portion before he got elected. They was having issues with the African American vote.
You don't say.
They asked me to pay $500. They wanted to pay me $500,000 as a part of the campaign to just make an appearance. And I was like, nah, that's not good money.
So you said no. You turned down Trump money.
Thank God.
Man, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, thank God.
That's not worth it.
No, hell no.
You would be just remembering me every time you look at me. Like,
you would have been getting crushed.
Yo, Kanye,
Yeah.
me and Kanye not good. I mean, I had to call Kanye. You up in the Steve Harvey? Oh, he ain't talk to me. Kanye ain't talking. None of them motherfuckers talking to me. Y'all ran up in the man's lobby. You couldn't even get a real meeting. He played y'all so bad you went to his crib. He didn't even put you on the calendar at the White House, and you thought you was getting a real presidential meeting. You went to the crib right up here.
He made an appearance at the Trump.
Yeah.
Marketing for the Trump. This has nothing to do with what you're saying to me. It's just come see me and promote the
dog and
you
pony
can
show.
see the president.
You and Floyd talked after his
in the
50th
lobby.
win? You and Floyd talked after his 50th win?
Like 2 days ago, he just was on FaceTime just last 2 days ago. And he'll call every now and randomly.
Did him?
Well, now he got nothing to do. He's gonna call you every day. He's gonna want to be on one of these new TV shows. He'll be like, yo, what up, Phil?
Did him and Connor love each other secretly? I think he loved Connor.
He really didn't like him.
Really?
He really don't.
We assumed they were just kind of playing. The whole thing was a setup.
Nah, because he was going, I got to do what I got to do. Like all that he getting away with, touching his head and all that. That ain't Floyd. Not like that.
So you think Floyd really did enjoy fucking him up?
I know. Look, he went to the sports book to bet $3 million on himself knocking the McGregor out. That's why I knew I should go get the money.
We go to
he go kill him.
How much you throw down? Did you bet?
I bet, yeah.
You made some nice money?
I'm not saying nothing about that. I'm not saying nothing. I'm gonna show them my taxes when Trump show him his.
50 Central tomorrow. BET. What time?
10:30.
10:30 p.m. 50. Glad to have you back in the building.
Oh man, you know what?
Bring a smoothie some mornings.
I'm happy to be back. I'm not particularly happy to see you
It's fine.
after what you've done to our culture.
Oh my.
You know, everybody looks for a scapegoat. If I'm the scapegoat, okay, he gives me this new, I'm the heel.
Yeah, nah, you
I'm
are.
a heel.
You
When
are.
did
You
I
bad
become
guy.
the heel?
Oh, you been the bad guy.
I thought I was on my toes.
Your first
I
record,
thought
you
I was
robbed
moving
everybody
shape.
in the city.
That's a
Niggas
good
was
one.
mad from the first song.
Yeah, but you...
Nah, yeah, but nah, nigga.
Nah,
that's
you
what
always be adding extra shit to it, man. You make it feel different when you start talking. Yeah, I don't never hear you say that to Jay-Z. Matter of fact, one time I heard you say something to Jay-Z and then you apologized.
When?
You apologize to Jay-Z?
On the air, he
When?
said something. He had
When?
said something,
You ain't
and then
never
he
heard
came
that.
back and apologized later, like, nah, it
you
ain't
make
that
it shit.
serious.
Damn.
Find the audio. I
It
don't
ain't
remember.
that serious. I'm gonna get it. I get the audio.
Jay-Z and them been mad at me since I made fun of them fighting in the elevator.
Yeah.
But before that, you said something and then apologized.
Nah,
for that.
hell nah. Stop.
Because you wanted to get him back on
Stop
the show.
it. Stop it.
Because you needed him to come to the show.
Which is what hasn't happened. Well,
I
it
don't.
failed,
I don't
so.
need a single interview ever. But I
But we
appreciate
do
you
love
coming
having
by.
ones with you.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, listen, look,
but
look.
if it didn't happen, guess what?
Now,
Me and you
know,
still be beefing
Let me
out
tell
here.
you
It's
something. Let me
fine.
tell you something crazy. I don't look. Look. 50 Central 10:30. I got his social networking. What I need to talk to you for?
You don't.
I got to talk
Because
to
you
my
love
Instagram.
me. You love
I
me.
got the same.
Secretly, the only reason you fuck
I got
with me is because
16
when you
million
threatened to
people
beat me
watching.
up, I was like, so I'm going to take you out. The rest of these niggas, I don't know. These other monsters you pay, I don't know about them. But me and you, we good.
Yo, listen.
Tomorrow night, 10:30. Thank you, Finn.
Yo, Phil, give it up
love.
50 Cent, man.